Alright, so my little mission before was okay, that car's gonna be loud. We're gonna be turning this into a cable throttle instead of the electronic throttle. I'm just running experiments. I'm not gonna ruin this throttle body in case it doesn't work. I actually got a different throttle body here. I've already messed up. This throttle body here, well, basically there is the system right there. In here, you can see I actually taken this thing off the cover. What there is in here, basically, if you saw my previous short, this here is the motor. There's like a gear in the middle, and then there's the actual spring mechanism that makes it turn. What I've done is where that mechanism is. This is where the potentiometer is as well. The throttle position sensor is. I have basically just put a freaking cable between it, and you can see that is opening. Now this is just a cable off a bicycle. I'm running out of just scrap materials here. I'm just testing this. I'm not sure this is gonna work. This is a test. I do see this thing is also using like it has the hoses that go to it. This one does not have the hoses that go into it. I also have to see if this wire even plugs in. It might not plug in. If it does, then that's pretty cool. Oh, it plugs in. Now I'm actually going to see if it even works. You should hear a servo motor. Yep, that's the sound of one that is broken. Or just the sound of it being heavily modified. That's not even the same thing. This thing, other than that, plug that in again. You'll see that thing, not there. Right there. Oh, where are the keys? Whoa. Don't fall down now. Okay, I'm gonna hold this with start doing this with my two hands here, so. Oh, it's so oily. Why is it oily? That's not a good sign. Oh, I got a bunch of oil in my hand. Well, I see that there's actually, it's kind of oily actually. So, gonna get the gasket out. Gosh. And these screws, to be honest, this one we're gonna put in, it's a lot nicer looking than the old one. The other one is kind of in rough shape. This one seems to be pretty decent. In fact, this piece here is plastic. Mine here is like a piece of metal actually. This thing's like higher quality. Let's see if it works. Well, that's in now. And if we pull down here, that is the throttle. Now, honestly, we're gonna see how this computer reacts to this mess. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna like it because, well, it's like I can't control it. What's going on? Oh, that's gonna be cool. I hope this works. Time to put this thing back in. Here's the clamp. Whoa, whoa, really? Came prepared. This. Alright. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't know if this is gonna work. But I guess we'll see. Well, I guess that's the first part of the experiment. Now, clearly, I can see what the engine is detecting. It detects it does detect a potentiometer. Actually, like detects where the throttle is. It knows where it is, but it's now the gas pedal is no longer in sync. So while it sees that the throttle is opening, it's just weirded out why it's why isn't the gas pedal being pressed. So it's just cutting it out. But honestly, this is probably the closest I've ever gotten to this. So this is gonna take a while because that is just the easiest step. It's just a theory of making it work. Now it's just really like the gas pedal has to be like registered with the length of the whatever it is. So I can probably still keep the same pedal and just connect the cable to it. Probably have to make it a bit nicer than it is actually, like nice smooth cable. It's just funny that it has to be under this is where the cable's gonna be, down here, because that's where, oh, that's a different pipe right there. Well, I'm gonna take it out and put the other one in just for now. I'm actually gonna clean this up clean it up because it's got quite a bit of oil, like back here. It's got oil, you can see the reflection. So I'll clean that up, put it back in, and everything should be fixed. Oh, yeah, that's like, so look at these tunnels in here on the intake. So the top ones is where the engine sucks in air, while the other ones in the bottom are closed until we'll reach 5,000 RPM. But I have a switch that manually opens them. So I open the one in the bottom, so then air goes in there quicker. Air will still travel around the one on the top, but it will mostly go through that one, to the bottom ones, which leads to a shorter runner. Okay, got the original throttle body installed in there. I'm gonna just make sure it actually turns on. Turns on. Let's check engine light. It's most likely because of the one I put before. Figure it out. Goes. There we go. I'll go check the codes, how they are. Alright, it's working again. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. Okay then. Yeah, I guess that works out pretty well. You know, in summary, this needs some work still. Clearly needs a lot more work, especially mostly that throttle. Actually, I did see the error code. It's literally mostly because of the throttle cable. It's not connected to the throttle, but also yeah, this kind of came off. It's not set up well in there. It's just to make it work. I knew it wasn't gonna last, but it's just an experiment anyway. But the only real problem it was reading and telling me about was just that the gas pedal didn't like match the throttle position. So that's really why it freaked out. It just kind of did that, what it did. Overall, it actually did a really good job. Like, it idled, like, with it open, like, it was idling fine. Now it's just having to connect that throttle cable to the gas pedal and finding a way to pass it around now to firewall into here and actually make a reliable throttle cable. You know, gotta get one from another car. Maybe something like this has it. Let's see what I can do. Overall, that's going to be the first part of the experiment here. So this is not, it's going to take a while, but I'll update once I get a breakthrough or something. Bye.